Hey Vibers, it's time to get your career insights and money forecast for the month of July. If you happen to be new here, my name is Shon and I am so happy that you are joining us. So here is how we're going to do it. We are going to find out first what is happening in your career, whether there's going to be any major changes like personnel changes, a promotion, pay raises, and then we're going to get a sneak peek of any unexpected expenses that might be coming your way next month, and also take a look at any new money that is coming to you. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with some goddess guidance on how you can stay connected to your state of abundance, how you can align with it and stay connected, and also get a sense of what energy you should tap into to maintain that alignment throughout the month. So without any further ado, let's get started. As usual, I have prepared 3 piles for you. You have your choice of any one of these 3 to get your reading, or you might actually have messages in more than one pile. So you can select based on what your intuition is telling you right now, based on what you see here. But I have also, as usual, put together a combination of a crystal, a quote, and a flower that you can use for your selectors if you prefer. So here is pile 1. Pile 2, and pile 3. Take a second, take a look, see which of these 3 piles is calling to you today, and then scroll down to the description box where you will find timestamps taking you to your reading or readings, and I will see you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. We are getting insights on your career for the month of July, as well as your money forecast for that month. I went into details about what we're going to be covering in the introduction, but you can also take a look at it right here on the screen. I think I'm going to place it right there. We'll find out where it goes. Right there seems to make the most sense, but we'll see. Anyway, so starting with the career insights, we're going to use the Crystal Power Tarot. I love this deck. I haven't used it very much on the channel, so I'm excited to break this out for you today. So the first card you guys got is the World. And then in position 2, when I pre-plucked these, you guys actually got 2 cards. Ooh, you got the 5 of Coins and the Moon. Very interesting. And then you also got the 7 of Wands. Okay, here's what's going on with your career, group 1. The insight here is so very clear. It's over. Okay, now listen, I know good and well that sounds very dramatic. Of course, your career isn't over unless you're someone who's been thinking about switching lines of work, switching industries altogether. But the way you've been working is over. Whether it's a business that you own yourself, or you work for a corporation or someone else who is like a cottage industry business, or you just even do gig work. What you've been doing before, it's over. It's done. And it's because you have advanced beyond it. It is no longer satisfying you. It is no longer fulfilling you. It is no longer meeting your needs. We can see that here with this 5 of Coins in this position. Okay. And part of it is because for some of you, you started this line of work because of a need that you had at the time. When you started it, it's possible that it was the only way you could make money at that time, or it was the only way you believed you could make money at that time. And what's happening now is who you've been working for or with, if you happen to be someone who owns your own business, anything I say about employer here would actually not pertain to you because you own your own business, but substitute the word client or customer there. Because when we own our own business, our clients and our customers function in a lot of the same way as a manager or other type of leadership would in a corporate situation, right? So whomever you've been working with, they want to continue to pay you what they've been paying you. And the reality of your life is it is time for you to be paid more, not just because you want more so that you can have a better standard of living and, upscale yourself. Is that the right word? Upscale? Yeah, I guess so. But also because you deserve it. You do quality work. You are very knowledgeable in your field. You are dedicated and you are disciplined. So in terms of this idea, sometimes we have this idea of paying your dues. You've done it. You've done it. You've more than done it. You are trained. You are talented. You are technically skilled and you are ready to move forward. Another thing that's probably been happening with a lot of you that were attracted to this group today is that you've been doing inner work to let yourself believe that you deserve more than what you've been getting before. And that is indicated here with this moon card. Right? But this moon card also represents, in this position with this reading that we're doing right now, it also represents beliefs that the person you've been working for has. One of the reasons why you guys came together is because you held similar beliefs around money. I almost said scarcity. Did you see how I kind of did a double thing with my mouth there? There were some scarcity ideas, scarcity mindset, lack mindsets around money that you shared. Now, whether or not you actively bonded around that, spoke about it openly, energetically, you were in the same place. And that person is still there. They still hold the same subconscious beliefs about money and the availability of money. And so because of that, they want to keep paying you less than what you really deserve. And I feel like for some of you, it's less than what that person actually has available. That person or that company actually has available. They could pay you more if they had the ability to see how to do it, But when we have limiting beliefs, we also have blind spots. And those blind spots usually make it so that we cannot see what it is we need to adjust or that we can adjust it. You also have here the 7 of Wands. And this 7 of Wands is definitely, that's you. You see that lady? I think that's a lady. Yeah. She's wearing a dress and has long hair. Okay. Not that that's what has to be the case, but I feel this is the depiction of a woman. She represents you. And she is fighting not her own limiting beliefs around earning anymore. She's already done that. She has won that battle. And that's why she's got that stave in her hand. Right? Now she's having to fight other people's beliefs, other people's ideas, other people's viewpoints. And this is where your guidance is saying you have to trust yourself about how to move forward in the line of work. Let me say that better. How to move forward in the work you do. So whether that's changing industries, changing companies, increasing your prices so that you get a different client base. If you're somebody who owns your own business, increase those prices. And yes, you will lose some of the people who've been buying from you before or working with you as a client before, but you're going to get new people. You're going to get people who can afford your new prices. And it's very important for you, Group 1, to set your new prices along the lines of what you want to make for a long period of time. Not just, I'm going to increase my prices by, $50 an hour because that's better than what I get right now. No. You want to increase it with the mindset of where can you keep the prices for a while? Because many of you who are drawn to this pile, you're not super comfortable with the idea of increasing your rate, whether or not it's that you own your own business or whether it's that you own your own business or that you work for somebody else and you're asking, you're doing salary negotiations. There's a little bit of resistance or hesitance to ask for money often, ask for more money often. So what you want to do at this point is set the rate that you want to be able to keep for a while until the next time you feel ready to and comfortable asking for more, demanding more, downright demanding more. So in terms of your career, Group 1, very much the guidance here is what was no longer can be. And it's because of shifts within you and no longer being in alignment with what the people or person that you have been working with believe around money and believe around your worthiness, what you should receive financially. And, don't let what they say to you make you stay stuck and continue to get less than you feel, because the quality of your work is going to suffer if you feel like you're not getting paid what you deserve. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. And you want to keep the quality of your work high because it'll make you feel as though you have more leverage as you look at new people to work with, new companies to work with, or increasing your prices. For those of you who resonated with the idea of switching industries altogether, I'm getting the sense that you've already been doing some research around it, or maybe even some outright training in the new field that you want to work in, but you felt you weren't sure whether or not it was the right choice to make, because there is the sense of security that you have from working where you've already worked, or in the line of business you've already worked. Let this be your confirmation today that not only is it okay for you to make this change, it is necessary. It is time. Because what do you think the next step is for a person that feels like this if they are not honored? And you start getting honored when you honor yourself. Let me say that better, because people say things like that all the time, and it makes it sound like, oh, if I honor myself, then other people will honor me too. No, what happens is if you honor yourself, you will no longer tolerate or partner with people who don't honor you. You cannot change how anybody else functions. You cannot change what anybody else believes. But what you can change is what you allow in your life. Okay, let's take a look in your life. All right, now we're going to take a look at any unexpected expenses coming to you for this month of July. And I have put together, the intention was a tarot card and an oracle card for that. But you guys, group one, actually got 2 tarot cards and an oracle card. So you might recognize this. Look at this, the world card again. Look at this. So you might recognize this deck from last month's predictions. It is the Gilded Tarot Royale. 10 of Wands. Look at that. Y'all, this is even more confirmation. Border bird, speak your truth. All of it, all of it, all of it. All of it, confirmation. Okay, so the unexpected expense, I'm getting that for several of you, it's not really that unexpected. It's more along the lines of being forced to face that which you have maybe intuited or felt was happening for a while, all right? And it's that the burden of your expenses is too much for you to continue to bear under the circumstances, the earning ability you've had so far, okay? And the guidance here is that you have to be honest with yourself about the need to make more money. And be honest with yourself about the ability. You have that ability. If any one of you is feeling like you can't or you shouldn't, I want to suggest that you check out Taylor Eaton's channel, Eaton, Taylor, Taylor. She does money readings as well. She focuses on mindset. All right. She also does some predictions, but a lot of her content is really around shifting your mindset around money. And I really, I think I have a link to it in the description box. Take a look down there. I really advocate her channel, and I strongly suggest you check it out, because what's happening right now, group one, is that the time has come for this change, and your expenses are going to increase. It's going to be even heavier than it has been. So any level of difficulty you've had with it, that level of difficulty is going to increase if you continue to make the same amount of money that you've already been making, or stay in the position you are already in. But if you let yourself add new sources of income, whether you outright leave the job you've already got, or you find a way to supplement that income through maybe some contract work or a side hustle, like people like to say, then this will be more manageable for you. But as of right now, something to know about is there is going to be an increase in your expenses in July to the extent where it feels too big. For some of you, I just got that there might actually be the loss of the job. And so while the expenses themselves don't increase, it will feel like they are more than they were, because you'll have less coming in unless you make these changes. So really sit down, be honest with yourself, speak your truth, worry less about what anybody else is thinking and feeling around you making this. Oh, look at this. We got 10. Yeah, we had 10 of Wands, and we have the number 10 here, and we have the World card. All of this is number of completion. I mean, not just number of, these two are the number of completion. This is like completion. Actually, this is like too much, overflow, big. I think 9 is really completion. But anyway, it's the end. Okay, group one, it's the end. It is time for there to be a shift here. But yeah, not only can you not worry about what the people you're working with think about your deservedness of more, but I'm getting that for some of you, there may be a need to, you may feel as though you have to convince people who you are close with that it's okay for you to make this change. Whether those people are, say, for instance, your family of origin, there might be something in there about feeling like you have to prove to them that you can keep a steady job or something like that. Or it might be you have a significant other that you live with and that person has fears around money or is very uncomfortable with the idea of changing things up. They may be very traditional in their thinking around earning. They may have the belief that you get a job and you stay in that job forever. And statistics show that fewer and fewer people are doing that. We have a whole generation of people under me. I'm Gen X, right? There have been so many letters now, I've forgotten. Yes, Generation X. That's what we were called growing up. I'm Gen X. And there's a whole generation of people under me and then the generation of people under them. They have zero concept of staying with one job forever. It's just not the norm. And it's so not the norm that even employers expect to see turnover in jobs 2 to 3 years with employees, as opposed to the situation that it used to be where people would get a job and stay in it until retirement. That's just not the way anymore. So, I'm not saying don't have a conversation with these people in your life if their opinions matter to you and you feel that you need to, bounce things off of them before making any changes, or it's out of respect because you and one of the people in your life, you live together. And so you have to converse about major things when you share a home and a life with somebody. But you don't have to overweight their opinion. You don't have to elevate their opinion over yours. They can have a different opinion than you and you still do what you want. That's a thing. And they will be honored in the fact that you talked with them about it at all. You are not required to do what somebody else wants you to do, particularly when it comes to living your life, fulfilling your purpose, earning your money. That's your money. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at new money coming your way. All right, let me make just a little bit more room here for you. So again, I pre-selected a tarot card and an oracle card for you with this. And with all these that were pre-plucked, I have not seen them. We're unveiling this information together. So we have the Tower. I want to say more of the same. It sounds flippant, but it's not. The Tower. This is talking about clearly major change. And then you have redefine your boundaries. Okay, this is saying to me that there is a new job possible for you for sure. You don't have to worry about how to make these changes around career or your way of earning in order to get more. There are actually going to be opportunities coming your way as you take the steps to help them come your way. You can't just keep doing what you've been doing and expect it to fall in your lap. Oh, I did get that for some of you, very few of you, one, maybe two. Someone is going to hear about, or you're going to tell them, share with them what you're feeling, and they will introduce you to somebody. And so it'll be one of those lucky breaks in that way where it just kind of opens up, kind of falls in your lap. But for the majority of you, that is not going to be the case. You have to start taking the steps. Redefine your boundaries around the kind of work you want to do, how much you want to make, and how, and who gets to weigh in on what that is. That is definitely indicated here with your redefine your boundaries. And as you become clear about these things, particularly the kind of work you want to do and how much you want to make, this shift, because this shift is happening no matter, it's the Tower. The Tower is about major life change that is out of our control. So there is going to be a change in how you earn going forward. And what you want to do, group one, is you want to be in as much control of that as you can by preparing yourself for it. And again, putting some things in place to help you get what it is you really want. As you define these things, the type of work, how much you want to make, the industry even that you want to work in, who you want to work for, right? Who you want to work with. As you define those things, you will begin to manifest. I know some people have a hard time with the word manifest, but we're constantly creating our lives. We're constantly manifesting what we want, whether we do it consciously or not. And as you get really clear, I'm saying sit down with a piece of paper and a pen kind of clear, because, there's this saying, what gets measured improves. I think is how it goes. So when you write it down, when you are clear, you help bring it into fruition, because as you see it out in the world, as the opportunities present themselves, I feel really preachy right now, sorry about that. But as that happens, you will recognize it and you will take the steps to help give yourself that which you truly want. So redefine the boundaries, change what you're saying around it. Because, one of these, we got, where'd it go? We got the Speak Your Truth card, but we also got the Redefine Your Boundaries card. So these together, be clear about what you want. Speak about it in a way that affirms that you can have it, and watch it begin to unfold in your life. Because this change is happening. And when this change happens, you want it to be that you are getting as much as you can at this time. You just have to elevate your idea of what as much as you can means. Don't think about it the way you may have in the past, where it's like, well, I can only get that $15 an hour. That's the minimum wage over in California. Don't come to California. Don't move here. It's terrible. Anyway, so it can instead be, oh, as much as I can have, that's I can get $150 an hour because I'm a professional in what I do. It's going to depend on the kind of work you do, the range, but envision at the higher level of what you want, not from a place of, I can only get this right here. Okay. But definitely what we have here, because what we were looking at with these two cards is new money coming your way. So the new money is wanting to come in for you. The new money is coming your way through a new job. Help it look like what you want it to look like. That's the key here, okay? The change is happening and you can be excited about that. This is basically saying to you that you don't have to worry about what was, because the new is happening. All right, now we're going to get some guidance from a goddess on how you can align with and stay connected to your abundance for next month. So we are using the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle. I just realized that I didn't actually have to switch cameras. You could see it right here. Or I could do like that. So the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle. I'm glad I can finally say that right. I used to trip over, the alliteration. I used to trip over the title of this deck all the time. So finding out for group 1, which goddess has their message to help them align with and stay connected to their abundance this upcoming month. You guys, can you see that? You got Leah, the goddess Leah, and it says stand your ground. I wonder sometimes if for some people my readings are boring because the connectedness is how it is. And so what often happens is it's a confirmation of a confirmation of a confirmation of what is said at the top of the reading. Right? And this might actually have less to do with me or the cards that I'm using than maybe you just happen to really need that level of reassurance. Are you someone who tends to doubt yourself often and constantly look for externals to affirm what it is you would like to believe? And maybe you see a sign and you believe it for a half an hour and then you're right back to the old modes of thinking. That's a possibility, and I really feel that's possible here, because with this 7 of Wands, look at that. This is a person who has struggled with not trusting the self enough and relying too much on what other people had to say or felt about their decisions. And this is saying, no, now is the time. You get to decide. You get to define. Trust yourself and what you're feeling and the steps you feel like you need to take. So the goddess Leah is confirming that with stand your ground. This is saying to me that you are going to get pushback. Okay. You are going to get pushback. Group 1, do not let that worry you or deter you. This pushback might be overt, coming from the people that you talk to. Some of you are going to feel like you want to talk to the people you've been working with first. Your first instinct is going to be to try to get more money out of them. But we've already seen here in your reading today that is not going to go the way you want it. So if you feel like you absolutely have to take that course of action first, don't waste a lot of time on it. Don't spend a lot of time trying to convince people you are worth more than they want to give you at this time. Because this major change of this Tower card is happening. And you don't want to spend a lot of time over here. This is done. We have the World card. This is done. Being able to live off of the money as you had before, it's done. We got the World card again. Your expenses are going to seem heavier than they have been before. Okay. And for some of you, you will be getting some new ones. So don't waste a lot of time on that. The stand your ground is about not letting this person, in that case, it's not letting this person or these people convince you to continue the way things have been. All right. For others of you, the stand your ground is about when you talk to your loved ones about it. I'm getting to tell some of you not to even bother to talk to them. I know that that sounds tricky, particularly if you happen to be coupled up. But sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to tell the person after the fact. All right. And then if it comes and then if you're talking about like your family of origin, like in my case, my family of origin is my mother and my sisters, because my mother raised my sisters and me. So, that was I think it's called nucleus family. I had to get to a point where I let go of what they thought about me and my choices and what their stories were, what the narrative was about who I am, in order to be able to fulfill who I actually am, because how other people see you isn't necessarily accurate. I'm sure you've heard that before. Okay. And then for others of you, the stand your ground from Leah here is 100%. Let me see if I can get that in a good place instead of just trying, it would have been faster for me to just switch the cameras. So let me do that. The stand your ground for Leah there, or from Leah there, is about not letting yourself backtrack in what you ask for and what you accept in the new position. Do not recreate what you had here just with a new employer. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Do you remember, if you're my age or older, in school, sometimes the teacher would make you write a sentence 100 times to try to recondition you. What these teachers didn't know with their old school ways is that was actually a scripting technique, that they were being new school. They didn't know that. They thought they were punishing people. Ooh, now that I think about it, it's mind control. But in this example I'm about to give you, you are the one in charge of that mind control. You are mind controlling yourself. Write down what it is you want. Fill up a page, a notebook page, a college ruled, that's the one with the little, the little spaces, college ruled notebook page with that. I am making XYZ for XYZ kind of work. Okay. Write it. Do 100 times if you've got the time. If you don't have the time, because, most of the people that watch my content are working, and some of you have families to take care of as well. If you feel like you don't have the time to sit down and do 100, don't do just the first page. But I guarantee you, if you do this, I want to say 3 times a week. I really want to say every day, but I'm going to say 3 times a week. That as you continue to do this practice, eventually you won't be able to stop. You're just going to keep going, and you will do at least 100. At least 100. But get yourself conditioned to believe that you can have. And really what we're doing with that kind of writing, because we're writing it in the present tense, is that we do have what it is you want in how much you make and the kind of work you're doing to make it. So stand your ground with yourself first. Stand your ground if you choose to deal with your, current employers or clients. If you're a business owner and you change your prices and somebody wants to come back and be like, hey, I don't think you should be charging XYZ. Ask them quite simply, do you get value from what I give you? And they're going to say, yeah, unless they're liars. And if they're liars, let them go. But they're going to say, yeah, because they keep coming back to you for your services or your products. And then you just say to them with the biggest, most beautiful smile you can muster, I just want to make sure that you feel like you're paying the appropriate amount for the amount of value you get from me. See what I did there? Okay, so stand your ground. And then finally, we are pulling from the Manifesting with the that flew out. Manifesting with the Fairies Oracle to see which energy you should tap into to keep you there. Oh, yes, I love it. Enthusiasm. So your guidance here is very clear, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Group 1. Be excited about these changes that are happening. Look forward to the new that is coming to you. Look forward to leaving behind that which is no longer working for you. Instead of what could be easily the default, falling into fear. Approach this with enthusiasm, with excitement, with joy. And when you find you have times during the month of July that you can't tap into the enthusiasm, if that feels tricky for you to tap into the enthusiasm specifically around this change, or your earning ability or your, career or job or business, tap into the energy of enthusiasm in a different way. Find something else that triggers the feeling of enthusiasm for you, that you look forward to and enjoy, and it raises your vibration. Because the key is for you to be in that vibration. You don't have to connect it to this particular set of circumstances. Being in that vibration is going to help you create in this particular set of circumstances what it is you want. Okay, so this can be a very exciting time for you if you let it be, group 1, despite the fact that there are some uncertainties. I almost said uncertainties, which is not a word. Despite the fact that there are some uncertainties inherent in making such a change. But this is a change you deserve and that you deep down inside truly want. And for many of you have wanted for a very, very, very long time. Listen, I am in the process of recording for you guys a brand new set of meditations specifically designed to draw in more financial wealth. You can get those when they're ready. You'll be able to get those individually on my website, shon.com/shop. Or you can join my Patreon where you'll get access to my entire library of meditations, as well as a weekly energy check card reading every Sunday night, and love picker cards once a month, which, I don't do love readings here on the channel. So if you're like, oh, I like Shon's vibe, I wish you'd talk to me about love, the way for you to get that is to join my Patreon. I have the link to that in the description box below. I also have, of course, the link to my website in the description box below in case you want to just get the one meditation. Either way, I am hoping that you will join me on this continual journey, because it is a journey to get what you want and what you deserve financially. All right, you guys, this is what I have for you today. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hi, group 2, and welcome to your reading. So we're taking a look at your career insights for the upcoming month, as well as your money forecast. I spoke in detail about what we're going to cover, but in case you missed, I spoke in detail in the intro about what we're going to cover, but in case you skipped that, I also have it here on the right side of your screen. I hope that's the right side of your screen. Right as in correct, and also right as in opposite of left, in case you want to check that out and see what's coming up. So in the meantime, we're going to start with some tarot cards that I pre-pulled for you, taking a look at what is happening in the career. So in your first position, you guys actually got 2 cards. Look at that. And they're both wands. It's very interesting to me. This is the Crystal Power Tarot, and it's very interesting to me that they use such a light blue to depict wands here. Because doesn't it feel icy? Doesn't it feel cold? And wands is fire. It also feels like it should be swords to me, more so than wands. But anyway, so you guys got King of Wands and 6 of Wands. I know what's happening. Then you got the 5 of Swords. So here's our swords with this light gray. 5 of swords in your second position, and then you have the Ace of Coins in your third position. Group 2, y'all are about to get a promotion with a raise. Now, if you work for somebody else, that promotion could possibly be in that company, or it could be for some of you that the promotion is coming because you're changing companies. So you're going to have a more elevated position going forward than what you currently have. If you're someone who has your own business, then for you, what's happening is you are scaling that business. You might be seeing an increase in customers, or you might be seeing an elevation in the type of customer you get based on what you're starting to offer in that business. Or depending on the kind of business you have, it could be that you're scaling by opening up a second or a third, or in some people's cases, a 10th location, right? So definitely there is promotion energy here. You are going to be in your power in your career. And it's not just power that you inherently have, because that has gotten you to where you are today, for sure, the power you inherently have, but also victory over others. Okay, victory over somebody else. I'm getting a competitor. Definitely that it is victory over a competitor. So again, if you have your own business, it is someone else who offers the same products or services that you offer. If you are somebody who works for a corporation or another independent business owner, it is that you beat out the competition for this promotion. I am getting that for some of you, the promotion may not be formal. Okay, it's just a recognition of you as leader, getting an increase in responsibilities, but it's one that you want. Okay, so try not to get like all tight around that. Like, I don't want to do more work and not get paid for it. No. It's not that you would be getting more work in addition to the work you already have or already do for them. It's more that you're going to get some new duties that are more of a leadership position or management position type of duties, in lieu of some of the things that you were previously doing in this job. There is some conflict energy around this. Whether you're a business owner or you're an employee for somebody else, there is some conflict energy around it. Okay, so with the business owner, I already talked about that. It's beating out the competition. So for you, it's probable that you bid against a competitor for someone's business and you got that business, or for a location, for some sort of assignment, something like that. You beat out the competition for growing your business or increasing your sales. All right. For those of you who work for somebody else, it's along the lines of more than one of you was being considered, or more than just you, someone in addition to you. That's how normal people talk. Sorry. Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my brain. That's not right. I hope that's not right. That would make me a dummy. My brain gets ahead of my mouth. Yes, that's what I meant to say. So anyway, but yes, there was a competition for this new position, or a position that recently opened up. So in some cases, it is a brand new position that is being created. For others, it is a new position that's opened up because somebody else left it. And then in others, like I said before, for some of you, it's that you are getting recognition for your leadership ability and therefore being trusted with more in different kinds of projects or tasks than you had in the past. And you were chosen over somebody else. This will cause, so the conflict there is in, it was you against them, right? But then another source of conflict here is this person's feelings around not being the chosen one, and the possibility of there being some discord there. I'm also getting that for some of you, people in leadership in this job, there are some people in leadership that didn't want it to go to you. They preferred the other person for whatever reason. I'm definitely not getting that it's about work ethic or work effort. All right. It's not about the quality of your work that made them want that other person. They may just be friends with them. They may just like go to happy hour with them, or they may be, maybe they started in the business together and this person who's now in leadership, rose up higher and they're trying to help their friend get there too. But the friend just doesn't cut it. They just don't have what it takes. Either way, there is a little bit of discord energy that's going to be part of this. Okay. But ultimately you will be getting the increase in salary. So even for those of you who it's not a formalized promotion that's happening, you may be somebody who works on an hourly basis and gets paid per hour. So you'll still see an increase in money because you will have more hours that you're giving to the job because of these new duties that are coming your way. For those of you who get a formalized promotion or who are moving to a different company to work with, to elevate your resume in that way. So it's still a promotion, just not within the same company. You're going to be getting an increase in pay with this move, with this job transition. All right. So next, what we're looking at, you guys, is unexpected expenses as well as new money coming in for you for this upcoming month. So we have a tarot card and an oracle card for each. We're going to start with your unexpected expenses. So we have the Page of Pentacles. And then we have Earth Ox, one with the universe. Okay, I'm getting that for some of you, there is going to be new expenses associated with this new position. Being in this new entry level situation, it's entry level not because you're starting at the beginning of a work career, but because you are now entering into a new position. For some of you, again, it's going to be entering into a new company. So for some of you, this expense is possibly moving. the expenses that come with relocating, or a new commute, needing to commute to work in a different way that might cost you more. So if you're in a city where you pay subway fees, they're not subway fees, but the price of a subway token ticket. What do they do now? They do tickets now, right? Tickets. It's a further trip. If you Uber to work, it's a further trip, so you're going to pay more on that Uber. If it's that you drive yourself to work, it's a further trip, so you're going to have to pay more money in gas. That's if you're going to a new company, a new situation, right? If it's within the job, there may be certain expenses that you incur with this change because of the fact that you are going to start dressing the part or functioning in a way that people at that level function. And you're going to invest in yourself, invest in your image, invest in your growth. All right. And then for some of you, it might be some tools that you need for this new position. Again, particularly if you're somebody who particularly if you are somebody who works for yourself and you have your own business, this change, especially if you're scaling, come on. I don't even have to explain that to you guys, right? If you are scaling the business, if you are increasing what you're offering or how you're offering it or who you're offering it to, goes without saying, there is an increase in expense that goes with that. So I'm not going to sit there and break that down for you. You know what they are. But whatever way your change in your positioning in your career or job happens in July, there are new expenses coming your way that are directly associated with this change. Okay. One thing that I am getting to remind you it's two things. One, definitely you are one with the universe, right? So let me switch cameras here so you can see that better. So what it is that you need will be provided for you. Okay. For some of you, I'm getting to remind, if you're somebody who typically has a resistance to spending, remember you are getting an increase in income. Gosh, I should stay on the other camera. Hold on. You are getting an increase in income here. So you're going to be able to pay yourself back for anything you spend at this time in preparation for the new job. Okay. But the second thing that I'm getting to tell you with us having Earth Ox one with the universe is a reminder that you are now in a new consciousness because of the new position. All right. So to the extent you can, don't make this so don't think of it as being unique to you. I can't believe I have to spend this or I need to do this. You want to go into this new situation with as positive an attitude as possible. So think of it in terms of maybe a uniform, right? It's not literally a uniform, but people who are at your position do this thing, or people who are working in this field at this level do this thing, and think of it that way. Definitely think of it in terms of you being part of the universe, the network, of people who are working in the way that you are going to be working going forward. All right, next we're going to take a look at new money coming your way, and we already saw some of that, right? So you guys got the Page of Swords here, and you got, again, co-create with the universe. So much, both of these things are saying to you, group 2, even though this is something happening to you, or rather happening for you, specifically, remember, it is universal in this type of work or in this position for this type of work. I hope that was clear. All right. So keeping in mind that you are part of a bigger thing, a bigger whole, a collective, and knowing that you will get what you need for this from the universe. So here is where you were told to remember it. And here is where you're getting told that you will receive it. You're also getting with this co-create with the universe card, confirmation that this is what you've wanted. All right. So this new income coming your way, you brought this in, you manifested this. Think of the things that you have said and done over the past few months, the past year, for some of you, the past few years. You brought this into fruition. And so you can trust that it is real, and you can trust that it is happening for you. All right. I'm also getting to tell you, keep doing it. All right. So by that, what I'm getting is don't stop because you have now manifested this. Continue to think of new things that you want to manifest in the realm of your finances. how you earn and what you earn. I'm getting that for some of you, the sky is literally the limit. You are so talented and so capable and so smart that like this is a dragon, and clearly the dragon is in the sky and, you know, right in front of the sun. The sun is the giver of life. There are many things that help us, that sustain life. But if we were a planet without a sun, we would not be alive, right? And so I'm definitely getting to like, sun is fire, fire is magic, magic energy, manifestation energy. Plus it clearly says here, co-create with the universe. So continue your manifestation activities and exercises, particularly with how you use your words. When we get what we want in life, even if we have manifested it, sometimes we start using our words in ways that tear down the thing that we have built and that also block us from creating new and more. So I'm getting that for you, there's definitely more coming in because of things you have said before and manifestation actions you have done before, tools you have used before, but you are very much being encouraged to continue those practices. Don't do the king on the hill kind of thing where you've gotten there and so now you just rest on your laurels. You are one of those people that to be able to have the life you want, you have to actively be a part of creating that. And I'm getting that you are going to, in the month of July, find even more ways to create even more wealth, even more new money. There may be for some of you a situation here with this new job, this new position that allows you to also, this doesn't feel like it's for the business owners as much as some of the others of you who work for companies or corporations. But something about what's shifting here in this, with you getting the new position, is going to give you more access to creating an additional source of income, and that would be the new money. Okay, I'm getting that it's connected to what you are going to be learning in the new position, and then also the access that you're going to have to people that you previously did not have access to, but because of this, people and environments. So one of the things I'm getting to tell you for certain is as opportunities, some people don't like the word networking, okay? But as networking opportunities come up for you in July, take them. Even if this happens before the promotion happens, before the promotion takes place. Networking opportunities, meet and greets, voluntary meetings, opportunities to volunteer with your job for someone. So for instance, you know how some jobs will do a thing where they like give back to the community? Be a part of all of this. Let me say that less extreme. Of course, you don't have to do every single one. Who's got time for that? But don't discount them. Don't, some of us sometimes have the mindset of if I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not doing it. Sometimes the payment is delayed and differential. It's pay through meeting people who connect us to new opportunities or who outright give us new opportunities, So I'm definitely getting for you to continue to create what you want here by being a part of the group, the whole, the universe. Okay. All right. So next, what we're going to do is we are going to find out which goddess has guidance for you today to help you align with and stay connected to your abundance in July. Which goddess has guidance for group 2 around their I almost said manifestation. Yeah, you guys are very strong manifestors. You're very, very, very strong manifestors. You may be people who, like, were you the kid that on Christmas you could hold a wrapped box, like a box that Santa had already wrapped, but you found it in the closet for some reason? Okay, listen, y'all are grown-ups. So your parents had already bought the gift and wrapped it, and somehow you got your hands on it and you knew exactly what was in there. I'm getting that some of you are that way. And while it doesn't feel on its face like manifestation, it feels more like intuition or psychic abilities. Because you have strong intuition and strong psychic abilities, I feel that this is one of the reasons why you are very good at manifesting. Because unlike some people, you intuitively set out to manifest things that will work, to create things that will manifest. Some people will try to manifest things that are just not aligned for them. And so they oftentimes feel blocked. You're not that. You're not that. Anyway, so what I have for you here is just this sense of you being a master manifester. And that came up because I was trying to say which goddess has guidance for you to connect with your feeling of abundance and stay aligned with it. And it's Amaterasu. Amaterasu. And Amaterasu is a goddess who, she was actually likened to the sun. She had such a presence and such an energy. She brought light to her people. And for a period of time, she had to go into hiding. And the world got dark. And while she was in hiding, if I recall correctly, she was hiding from her father and brother. I want to look that up. I don't want to tell you all the wrong thing. Let me take a second to grab the guidebook and make sure I'm telling you the right thing there. Amaterasu. But anyway, while I looked that up, and then while she was in hiding, the world went dark. And this, of course, distressed the people. So they came and they begged her to come back out, to come out of the cave, because they needed her light. That's who you are. Your light is needed. It's very much needed. So I'm getting that for some of you, getting recognized and getting elevated is an uncomfortable thing. You feel as though you feel either shy around it or somehow unworthy of it. You know, and this no more hiding is it's guidance for you to recognize in yourself what others recognize about you. Do not, group 2, self-sabotage or talk yourself out of this promotion and this increase in money or this scaling up of your business. It is not uncommon when we do something new or we get more or we get elevated or recognized for imposter syndrome to come up. That is not uncommon. It happens to all of us. Most of us. I can't speak for people who are not me. Some of us. It happens sometimes, okay? Boy, did I wilt fast. Anyway, I think it happens for all of us, honestly speaking. We just all have different ways of dealing with that. So for you, you're being told to recognize your worthiness of this and also how much you are needed by the people who work with you and the customers or clients that benefit from what you do. You are needed. And because you are needed, you have to not hide. That's a weird sentence. Don't hide is how a normal person would say it. No more hiding. No more discounting yourself. No more being the shrinking violet. All right. Okay, so it says here, Amaterasu, come out of the cave, shine brightly. You will be received with love, it says. Oh, wait, no, that's my note. That's my note in the margins, actually. I always write in my books. Not always, but sometimes. People receive you with love. Yeah, so for some of you, it might be that maybe you were criticized when you did well when you were a child, or like whether that criticism came from classmates who didn't do as well, or it came from your parents because, you know, sometimes parents are jealous of their children. That's a real thing, particularly if you have narcissistic parents. And so there might be for you something around feeling as though you should not receive, that you should not be received, that you should not be elevated or elevate yourself because of criticism or pushback from others. And what we are getting here, your guidance for staying connected to your abundance is to recognize it in and for yourself and to know that others recognize it too. You're surrounded by different kinds of people than the ones that made you feel any trauma or fear around doing well. Okay. So yeah, people receive you with love. Again, we did talk about the fact that some people might have a problem with the fact that you're the one that got the promotion, but they're going to get over that. Because listen, if they didn't know what you bring, if they didn't know the quality of your work, particularly those who are in part of the leadership who decided that you would get this job, they were outvoted, but you got it anyway. They know. If they didn't believe it, they would have kept fighting to make sure you didn't get it. They know what you can do. They know what you're worth. All right, so speaking of Amaterasu here, says she's a supreme Japanese Shinto sun goddess, and daughter of the creator god. I don't know how to say his name. I want to say Izanagi. That feels like Izanagi. Her name means great shining heaven. It says Japanese emperors are said to be descended from Amaterasu, and she's the highest deity in Japan. And she showed up for you today. Look at that. Shinto legend relates how Amaterasu retreated into a cave when her brother, this text is so small, sorry guys, her brother Susanoo began neglecting his divine role in creating mayhem. So important was Amaterasu's light that her disappearance plunged heaven and earth into disastrous darkness. So yeah, I was right. I said brother and father. I think I was like taking Sedna's story, which is about her father, and Amaterasu's story, which is about her brother, and smashing them into one. Or maybe I read somewhere in one of my other guidebooks that with Amaterasu there was a dad component too. But definitely it's confirming here that it was her brother. So someone else acting wrong made her feel the need to hide. Did we not just talk about that for you, group 2? We absolutely did. Someone else not being able to handle what you can do. Someone else not doing their best. Or maybe their best just ain't good enough because not everybody's great. And you just happen to be great, group 2. Anyway, and so that person acting up made Amaterasu hide. That person acting up has made you, some of you might be like, that's not me. I'm bold and confident, and I'm glad for you. I really am. But lots of us, we struggle, and it's oftentimes because of someone else acting up, and we conditioned ourselves to be less than. And if you relate to that, this message is saying you don't have to do that here. Those days are done. Okay. And then it says here, I'm going to pick up where we left off. So important was Amaterasu's light that her disappearance plunged heaven and earth, not just earth, but heaven and earth into disastrous darkness. Desperate for her to emerge, the deities created rituals to entice her out, including a mirror placed at the mouth of the cave. Amaterasu saw her shining light in the reflection and never hid herself again. I love this for you, group 2. I'm going to give you a tool. Okay. I gave group 1 a tool too. It's a manifestation tool. This one is not just a manifestation tool, but it's also a healing tool. It's healing work. Look yourself in the face through a mirror and say to yourself daily something. You get to pick, okay? You get to pick the affirmation. Let me give you a couple of examples that you can use if you want, or you can create your own, all right? I am ready to shine. I am here to shine. I am made to shine. I glow. People love me. People love when I do well. People experience good when they experience me. Ooh, I love that, girl. I felt that in my stomach. I like it. I'm gonna start using it. Is that happening for you right now? Are you experiencing good as you experience me? I hope so. I really do. Okay, let's move on. So yes, do a little bit of mirror work, okay? Just like Amaterasu was enticed out of her cave by seeing herself in a mirror and recognizing how important she was, the same is true for you. Okay, and now finally we are getting from the manifesting. This happened with the other one too. Manifesting with the Fairies Oracle, the energy for you to tap into to stay connected to compassion. And do you see in this compassion card how this fairy is not hugging someone else? They are hugging themselves. So we are talking about self-compassion here. Actually, put that one there. Put this one here. And we'll put these guys back. Group 2, we're talking about self-compassion. Are you hard on yourself? Is it possibly that the tendency to be hard on yourself is what you think got you this position, this promotion, and this raise that are coming, that you just, constantly expect perfection or the best from yourself? If that's the case, if that is your reality, then your guidance here is to add the ingredient of compassion to the equation. And as you do this mirror work that we just talked about, you will have that more. It is very important for you, group 2, to accept yourself, to love yourself, to affirm yourself, to recognize yourself, to stay in your flow of abundance. This is needed for you. We don't all need the same thing, but this is necessary for you. And listen to me, in particular, have compassion for yourself when others are trying to detract you. That's not when your detractors are speaking against you. I think that makes more sense, okay? When you are faced with the criticisms, negative words, maybe even outright harmful actions or pranks, gossip from others, particularly those who did not want you to get this position, don't jump into being on their side and, saying, well, I see why they feel that way, whether you say it out loud or just in your head. No. You are being called to compassion for the self, okay? When they're mean to you, you be nicer to you. When they're mean about you, you be nicer about you. Don't let other people's negative words about you in your mouth, in your brain. Don't turn it on yourself. Don't eat it as though it's true. No. And you don't have to buck up and push back either, unless you want to. If you want to, do it, What you can do, though, is just be kind to yourself, or that, like, the part of the brain that's known as the inner child. Be kind to him or her and say to them, listen, I know it hurts what they're saying, but you don't have to listen to them. If they knew what they were talking about, they would have gotten the job, and they didn't. So, man. Yeah, she did that. Anyway. Okay, so listen, I am in the process right now on working on a new set of meditations, guided meditations. I should actually call them activations because they are high energy and fun. I don't do the whole like music, like, those meditations that have that, like, that I think it's considered ambient music because they're trying to create an ambiance, and it's like all the songs sound the same in all of these meditations. And I'm not trying to tear down anybody else's art. I'm just saying it's not for me, and it may not be for you. And if you're somebody who would like to meditate, but that's not your kind of music, then you want my kind of meditations because they are high energy and fun. I tend to do them in a lo-fi musical style, a high vibration, upbeat chamber music. So that's classical music style, and the ocean, of course, ocean waves, and then shamanic drums, right? So it's reprogramming without being put to sleep. And I'm working on brand new ones for you guys right now that are designed to connect you to and draw in more financial wealth. You will be able to get those on my website at shon.wilson.com/shop. Or if you would rather have access to my full library of guided activations, those are available to you through Patreon. And if you choose to join my Patreon, you also get monthly love pick cards from me. That topic I don't do here on the channel. Once a month, I do a love pick a card in my Patreon for my Patreon community. And then also a once a week energy check. I had to get those words right. It's an energy check that happens once a week on Sunday nights to prepare you for the week ahead. And then you also get, she gives a lot, right? And then you also get free access to extended readings. Whenever I do a reading that starts here on YouTube, but then has an extended portion that's available either for purchase on the website or for free in Patreon if you happen to be a Patreon member. So if all of that sounds like something that you would like, you should go ahead and join Patreon now, even before the new meditations come out. Or if you'd rather just buy the meditation, I'm happy to have you do that as well. And I will, of course, let you guys know when those are up on the site for purchase. But in the meantime, this is what I have for you today, Group 2. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. I went over, I almost said I'm so happy that you are here because I really am. I always am. But I went over what we're going to cover in your reading today in the intro. But in case you skipped that, you should be able to see it right here.
if I did my editing job right here, right now, detailing all that we're going to cover as we get your career insights and money forecast for the month of July. So to start today, we have tarot cards, which I have pre-pulled, but I haven't seen these yet. We are uncovering them together. The first card you guys got is Five of Wands. And then you got 10 of Wands. Group 3. And then you got the 7 of Swords. Okay. Okay, so group 3, what I'm getting here from your reading is you are struggling with the idea of your career. For some of you, it is feeling as though you've wanted to change careers for a while, but not feeling as though you can. For some of you, it's strictly because you don't even know what it is you would want to do, what you would be excited about possibly doing. And this inner conflict is keeping you immobile. It is keeping you stuck in a situation where they are giving you more and more work all the time. You may have heard me speak recently in another video. I think it might have actually been the June predictions, about these jobs that, when you see the job description before you apply, they have a clause in there that says, and other duties as assigned. You may or may not have formally seen that clause written somewhere, but that is the experience that you've been having, where more and more things are given to you to do without there being an increase in recognition or pay or promotion because of it, or as along with it, that instead it's just constantly more and more mounting work. And there's been a conflict for you in whether or not to, how to handle that, how to address it. Do you say something to them? Do you make a move to another job? Do you just dig your heels in, push back by not doing more because, hey, technically it is not in your job description? I'm getting here that this is not going to change. If there's any part of you that's been wondering if it might get better, if it's going to be alleviated for you, it is not going to change in the month of July. In fact, if anything, in the month of July, you're going to have even more work put on you, even more of a burden. And what's worse the worst part about this feels like it's not even work that you're excited about doing, So sometimes we'll get more put on us and we're excited because it's the direction we want to go in or the type of work we want to do, utilizing talents and skills that we're proud of. But that's not the case for you. I'm getting for you, it makes you feel overwhelmed. It makes you feel almost like you're drowning. I'm getting just not just overwhelmed energy, but like overwhelm and suffocation. And that makes me think of water drowning, just having too much on you, and not feeling like there's any true sense of why this could be a good thing. Sometimes we have situations that, feel adverse to us or actually are, adverse, and we can feel or talk ourselves into believing, well, in the long run, it's going to be better. But that is not the sense that I'm getting here for you. And then in terms of, coming to terms with this or shooting straight with your employers about it, or if you're a business owner, your clients about it, listen, if you're a business owner, you may have one or more client who has the tendency to make the job harder than it needs to be. I'm a business owner, that. So we all who run our own businesses, we have those clients that we consider a dream. We just love when we get their email or their phone call. And then we have the ones where it's just like, hey, it's business as usual. Everything's good. No hiccups, no dramas. And then we have the ones that make shit hard. And you may be experiencing that more than you want to. This could be somebody who gives you a lot of work. So you elevate them as a client because they pay so much of your covering your business, with how much they pay, how often they need your services. But man, working with them is hard. It's difficult. And it shouldn't be. They may be someone who wants to weigh in on the process and how you do things, even though they're not even actually versed in or trained in or have experience working in your field. They're just very opinionated. And you might even feel like this is a person who is constantly opinionated about everything all the time, even when it's not related to the work that you do for them. Okay. So whether you're somebody who works in a company or a corporation, or you're somebody who has your own business, this feeling of overwhelm from there being too much work placed on you is not going away in July. And if you have been feeling as though, or wondering if you should talk to someone about it, maybe that's what the inner conflict is about. It may not be so much as being about making a change in where you work, but maybe even just addressing it to the other person. You can. I'm never going to tell you not to speak up for yourself, not to address things with people, but it is not going to produce a beneficial result to you. Okay. I'm getting definitely that there might be some explosion around that kind of a conversation because of how this person rolls, because of the kind of the way they would receive it or not receive it. And one of the things that would definitely happen in such a conversation is you are going to be lied to. Know that. Whatever it is they say back to you, however they say it, it will have lies in it or be laced with lies. So lies in it means they might inadvertently say something that's not true. Like, oh yeah, no, you're right. I won't do that again. And then next month you see they do the same stuff again. All right. That's not on purpose. A lie, but it's not true. And then there are the people that will lie to get what they want or to keep you where they want. And for some of you, that's the situation. So you can have a conversation with this person about this situation, but it will not result in the kind of action or change that you deep down inside really want. Not in July. That's not to say it won't get better at some point, but not this month. It won't. And I really hate saying that to you because, I always want to give you I want to give you good news. I want to give you hope. And so, you know what, because that is my way, I want to give you a little bit. I want to leave you with this. That inner conflict you felt around whether or not to say something or do something about this, stop worrying with yourself around it. Go ahead and start looking for different, for new, for better. If the conflict has been, feeling as though, well, maybe this will improve, or maybe it'll go back to the way it used to be, because maybe it didn't used to be so hard. Don't be in conflict with yourself over that anymore. The side of you that thinks, no, I need to change this. No, I need to move on. No, I need to stop this. That's the part of you to listen to now. That's empowering guidance that you can receive right now. It's okay for you to say, yeah, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing all this work without the recognition, without the pay. Some of you may even find that you're doing other people's work. Again, I'm getting something really strong right here. One of you who is a business owner, you have an employee that you have been overcompensating for. This person is not good at what they do on any level. They either don't have a natural aptitude for it or they don't have the discipline or the work ethic. Somehow, some way, keeping this employee is making your life harder, making it harder for you to run your business efficiently and economically. And the only choice for you is to get rid of this person. Your inner conflict may be coming from maybe this was one of your first employees and you feel bad about letting them go because they helped you build up the business when it first started and you didn't know what was going to happen with it. Or it might be somebody that you're connected to through a mutual friend or family member. They could be a family member, or they could be a friend of a family member and you feel an obligation to keep them on because of that connection. But it's not going to improve. This person is going to continue to make hard work for you. All right. And you may have even said to them, hey, you need to take these classes right here in order to get up to speed. And they may have even said to you, yeah, I've enrolled in those classes. They're lying. They have not. They have not. On some level, this person knows that you feel like you can't let them go. And so you are operating at a disadvantage at all times when it comes to them. Okay. All right. So group 3, the next thing we're going to look at is unexpected expenses for the month of July. And any new money coming in. And we have here a tarot card and an oracle card for each. So we're going to start with your expenses coming in, or any seeing if there may not even be, but seeing if there are any unexpected expenses coming in for you. All right, so we have Queen of Wands,
And we had the state of graceful movement. A state of graceful movement. I'm getting this is a level up thing for you, group 3. I'm getting that for some of you, there is something that you've been wanting to participate in or someone you've been wanting to work with. I'm getting coach energy. It could be a program that you've been inspired by, but I'm very strongly getting coach energy, female coach, that you've been wanting to work with because of feeling like it will level you up in your work that you do, maybe help increase your profile, introduce you to more people. Someone who's very charismatic, very successful in what they do, very highly regarded and respected. And you've had the feeling that if you could work with this person, it will move you to the next level, that you would greatly benefit from working with them. This is really, really going to resonate for those of you who have your own business for sure. But it's also applicable for those of you who don't work on your own, or rather who work for other people. Because it could be someone that you know in the work environment that functions in a certain way. Or maybe you work somewhere where they offer continuing education or classes. And the increased learning comes from that. But there's someone very inspirational, very high vibe, very dynamic, charismatic, and effective. There are a lot of coaches out there that are taking your money, but what they give you doesn't really do anything for your business if you run a business, or for your career if you were looking to get that training to help you level up, right? Or even personal development. For some of you, it is possibly a personal development thing that you are feeling like you yourself need more charisma, more high vibration, more energy to feel more powerful. And this might be a personal development coach for those of you who feel that way, that you've been wanting to work with. I'm getting that in July, you are going to find the way to work with this person. And it is indeed going to pay off for you. So whether it is a career coach or a business coach or a personal coach, someone that you follow on YouTube that offers a coaching program, so maybe you don't have direct access to them, though I am really getting the strong feeling of direct access to this person. Or even just someone that you know in your work environment that offers things. They may even do it as a side business of their own, or as part of a program that is offered through the company. Whatever it is, your opportunity to work with them is going to come through in July. And you will, the unexpected expense is, it's kind of unexpected because it's not one of your normal expenses, but it's not unexpected because this is something that you've been wanting to do or participate in, or someone you've been wanting to work with for a while. That is the expense, is participating in this program or class, coaching session or sessions. And there will be, and it is, with the intention of moving you forward, and it is actually going to provide you with that. It is going to help you in this area of your life. And it's going to help you in your career, even if it's a personal development thing. If it's a personal development training or coaching program, you're going to see double benefit from participating in it and spending that money. Okay, you're going to get the benefit of what it does for you in the work environment, how people start to see you and react to you, respond to you, what you draw to you in terms of opportunities. And these will be opportunities outside of the current employment that you have. There might be a leadership change coming up, because I am getting very strongly that this is a July issue. It's been happening for a while, but the stuckness around it is specific to July. We'll have to see when we do our August predictions whether or not that's going to improve for you, group 3. But for right now, this double whammy that I was talking about that you're going to get, it's going to help you with the career situation for sure, and then also your personal life, because of these shifts in your mindset and your energy and how people will receive and perceive you. Okay, and so now we are going to find out new money coming in for you. So we have the Emperor. I know what that is. Let's see if it gets confirmed here. Stirring the cauldron. Yep. It is time. It is time. Group 3. Y'all ain't supposed to work for somebody else. It's really just that simple. It's really just, and this is why this is happening. I wish I had a cameraman here so they could go back and forth between these cameras. But anyway, listen, because I want to show you this, and this, the power. That power is why you are drawn to this. Oh, I dropped her. Hold on. Don't hate me, Queen of Wands. This teacher, where is it? So you can see it. Boom, there we go. Your inherent power is why you're drawn to this kind of teacher, this kind of coach, this kind of program. And you are going to get new money through new business endeavors that you start. Now, for some of you, you can't do a whole business, all right? But you are going to create this new money coming in. It is not coming just from working with somebody else. It's either that you are going to open your own business, and you can start small with something like an Etsy shop. That's not uncommon. I did it. Or it's offering your skills and talents on a contractual basis to people where you don't have to have a whole business. You're just self-employed sole proprietorship. So for tax reporting purposes, you have a business, but you're not doing a full-on business with like a brick and mortar, or even necessarily, you're going to need a website. You're going to want to, direct people to your website. Websites are free. No, sorry, not free. Cheap. Easy is what I meant when I said free. Easy to create and cheap. A lot of times people won't get a website because they think of it as this big, hard thing that they have to save up for or prepare for. That's what it used to be. There are so many businesses out there right now, like Wix, like Weebly, like Namecheap, even Square, that make it accessible for you on a very easy drag and drop design kind of situation. If you can handle Canva, if you can handle PowerPoint, you can create your own website. So you will need your own website, regardless of whether you do a full-on business or just offer your services or products on a contractual basis. Contract work usually implies service, but anyway. But yeah, group 3. You're ready to be in charge. And these people that you're working with that are overusing you, they know that. That's why they give you so much. They are just not at a place where they want to compensate you for that. There may actually be a second pile in here for you. Group 3, there might be another pile in here for you. But it's time for you to stir things up, and to stir them up in a way where it fits you, where the ingredients match you, who you are, what you do, what you have to offer, and the quality that you bring to the work. Defining things is very important. Setting the rules, setting the course. And as you allow yourself to think in that way, and even just start small, you don't have to do a whole big thing. Just start small. That's the new money coming in for you. The new money coming in for you. And I'm getting, again, maybe that's why you go ahead and let yourself do this coaching that you've been wanting for a while, or work with this person, because you know down inside that you are ready to make this change, and you feel like working with her is the answer, is, going to help you move on to that next level, or take that next or first big step that's necessary. And you're going to almost immediately start seeing results from making the choice to do that training, or even just shifting your mind around starting your own business and going in this new direction where you're not answering to other people and they're just throwing a bunch of stuff on you. It's the difference between running the manor and being a servant in the manor. And you are tired of being a servant in the manor. You are ready to run things, to call the shots. You are capable. You are worthy. And most importantly, you are ready. You are ready. It is time. Okay, so you're going to start seeing in July, as early as this upcoming month, see some new money either start to come in because you're taking orders, or you're taking or fulfilling taking orders, or what's it called? Taking orders or delivering products to people. I lost that for a second. Right away. Or this is the energy of the new money coming in because you start taking the steps towards being able to do that very soon. You start taking the steps in July. Okay. All right. So next we're going to take a look at, we're going to grab some guidance for you from the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle. We're going to find out which goddess has insight for you today on how you can align with and stay connected to your abundance through the month of July. You guys got interesting. I was dumbstruck for a second. You guys got Mother Mary with emotional healing. So for obvious reasons, the minute I see Mother Mary, I think of, Jesus. Jesus is associated with Mary. And typically when I think of goddesses, I don't personally think of Mary as a goddess, but some people might, and listen, this deck creator obviously did. And so I just stared at it for a second, like, wait, what are you doing here? And then it hit me because as you can see, emotional healing is her keyword. But even outside of that keyword here, group 3, Mary, the mother of Jesus, is unfortunately only known as the mother of Jesus. Nobody ever talks about anything. Like, I don't even know anything about her outside of being the portal through which Jesus came to the earth. That's it. That's her entire identity that we have been given, right? Now there are people, I think it's called the Gnostic Gospels. Maybe there are people who have studied that know more. Theologians, people who actually go to seminary, they probably know more because they typically get taught things that they don't share with the rest of us. No judgment, tons of judgment, lots of shade. But for the most part, most of us only know her as the mother of the person who we were told is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. And that's her entire existence. That's her entire identity. And this might be a problem for you as well, group 3. Do you only identify as one aspect of yourself that has been defined for you by other people? You may not have even come up with this identity on your own, but you have eaten it. You have owned it as though it is true. And so the way for you to connect with your abundance is to see yourself as more than just the nurturer of somebody else, the caregiver of someone else, the supporter of someone else, the one that makes the way for this other person to shine. That's the dynamic that I feel you have going on at this job, where it's like you're a pack mule, or like you're an ox or something and you're carrying all the weight and it's heavy on you, but you're not getting the glory. Someone else is. And heal around how you see yourself in relation to others. In relation to others. It is okay to work with people, of course. One of my favorite things to do is collaborate with other people. Listen, when I collaborate with Celtic Fairy Tarot, do you think I'm the star of that collaboration? No, I am not. I don't even try to believe that I am. Alyssa is the star. She is amazing, first of all. She's also got the huge channel. Tons and tons of followers, viewers, subscribers, However, when she and I work together, I don't feel like I'm less than her. I don't feel like I'm just here to make her look good. I feel seen in my own right. And part of that is because Alyssa is a really, really cool person. And she's never treated me like anything less than her equal. I don't even think she has that in her, regardless of what I think of myself. I actually also just happen to think very highly of myself, as you probably can gather. But anyway, and I think you should too. And the Mother Mary thinks you should too. No more having these situations where you are just the support for somebody else or a footnote in someone else's story, or you're just there for the beginning to get things set up, but then it's not about you anymore. Now, listen, for those of you who are business owners, running your business can be so time consuming. And even though you're the one that started it, you are even the face of it, do you still function as though you are just a worker bee? Just the, I hate to use this word. It starts with S and has an L in it. and rhymes with save. Y'all know the word I mean. Is that how you approach your business? You don't need to anymore. Oh, and speaking of you business owners, this thing here that we had about the new money coming in through starting your own business, you clearly already have one. But it's about, for you guys, it's about increasing the amount of business that you're doing and by reaching more people. Discovering and taking steps towards more ways to reach more people. Getting yourself more clients like the ones that you consider a dream, or even just, hey, it's business as usual, so that you can feel more comfortable letting go of the ones that are making your life hard, that you hate getting their business, but you take it because you need the money. There's new money for you and for you, part of the guidance there is finding new ways of advertising, creating new customer acquisition opportunities. But either way, whether you have your own business or you're working for somebody else, there needs to be healing around your position. There we go. I need to memorize that and put that in my muscle memory. This is where we go so you guys can see it. Okay. Healing around that for you. Otherwise, you're just going to keep creating a situation where you are unrecognized. And you deserve better than to do all this work and not get recognition. Okay, so now we are going to get a card from the Manifesting with the Fairies Oracle to find out what energy you are being guided to tap into to maintain the feeling of abundance throughout the month. You actually got the word energy. You actually got the word energy. Okay, so see yourself as dynamic. Group 3, you have to start seeing yourself as dynamic. You have to start seeing yourself as dynamic, charismatic. You get to define what charismatic means, but the key is you're not just a lump on the log. You're not just something to just sit there and take it all in and, do all the things and just be worn down and tired and you're unsupported because you're so busy supporting others. Take action. Do stuff. Do stuff. Do stuff towards making this change. I'm getting for some of you, part of your guidance is to work out. This is not a judgment. This is not about what your body might actually look like. It's about generating more energy through using energy. Okay? When we work out, we feel better, we feel stronger, and we feel more capable. And I am getting the sense that the majority of you that chose this group don't have that tendency to work out regularly. Listen, you can start with something as simple as a walk at home workout. Just get that body used to moving. Movement is very important for you for the month of July. We even have it here and talking about, a state of graceful movement. This is graceful, easy change as you get and utilize the learning from this teacher or this coach or this program that you're going to be working with. But for you to move forward or to move on or to move up, sometimes you have to just move your body. Just move your body. So keep in mind, you are able to generate energy. Find the ways that feel good for you for generating energy. For some of you, it is definitely going to be working out makes the difference. And it can, again, be as easy as a walk at home workout. You don't have to do high impact training kind of exercises. You can just dance around the house. Put on 5 minutes, 10 minutes of your favorite song to start off with, or your favorite songs, a little mix, and just dance. But I'm definitely getting movement is very important for you. And then for some of you, I'm getting to also, or possibly instead, if you're already someone who works out a lot, it would be instead. If you're not someone who works out, you need to put the workout in there. You need to somehow use your body like that dynamically. But also massage. Now, I get that for some people, your first thought is going to be like, who's got money for that? You already told me, Shon, they ain't paying me enough. I know that. But if you happen to live with someone, particularly someone who is physically safe for you, particularly someone that you might also call a lover, y'all need to trade massages. Justin and I do that. we trade massages. This has been our, like, we did have a period of time where we couldn't get around to it, but we have, since the time we first moved in together, tried to make it a regular habit. It's not always regular, but it is our way to trade massages, because we are both artists living in Los Angeles. So do you think we have expendable income to be going to massage envy? Sometimes, but not often. But he got hands and I got hands. So there you go. If you can swing professional massage, go ahead and do that. Now, I got one more thing for you. Ready for this? If you don't have someone that you live with that you feel comfortable touching on you, and you don't have expendable income right now for going to a massage parlor, there is this nifty little thing that my sister gave me for my birthday earlier this year, I think. Oh, no, I think it's been I think it was last year's birthday. And it is literally a self massager. And I know it was last year because I talked about it in a video last year and I put a link to it. And I'm going to try to remember to put a link to it in this video as well. It's a $40 buy. And you put it on your body, on your back, and it does the work for you. And y'all, that thing feels sinful. I might do that right now after I finish taping this. I'm just saying. So, massage is another way to move energy. It breaks up stuck energy in the body. It breaks up tension in the body. And that is also going to help you feel more aligned and therefore draw to yourself more opportunity, more money, or even just the feeling that you can change your current scenario and move on to something that works better for you, or add to it, if you feel the need to stay there, this new source of income that is self-generated. Okay? Energy work is called for you. Some of you too might benefit from, some of you also, I should say, might benefit from Reiki, which is also energy work. Okay. But the shifting of the moving of energy is what's called for keeping you connected to your abundance in the month of July. And speaking of connected to your abundance, I am currently working on a brand new set of meditations for you guys that are specifically designed to draw to you more financial wealth. Now, you guys know I have that abundance meditation, but this is specifically focused on money, financial wealth. And that is going to be available for you on my website, which is shonwilson.com/shop. It'll be on the Etsy shop too, but I always advocate that people buy from the website instead, because it's just a better experience for you and things cost you less money on my website than they do on Etsy. But I digress. We're talking about these meditations, and I actually should call them activations, because I do high energy, high vibe meditations, as opposed to, the ones where they talk to you like this. And basically they are trying to relax you, but instead they all just sound the same. And then they got that outer space kind of music in them. I don't do that. What I do is, there's lo-fi music as an option for you. There's high vibration chamber music, classical chamber music as an option for you, shamanic drums as an option for you, or ocean sounds. So the same as I did with the abundance meditation, we'll be doing that also with I might actually do a rain sounds one too, now that I think about it. Rain sounds, thunderstorm, for the financial wealth meditation. Now, you can get those on the website, like I said, or in the Etsy shop. Or if you would rather have access to my entire library of meditations, ones that are already created, and then also new ones that come out as I make them, my Patreon is where you want to get those. Because if you join Patreon, not only do you have access to all of my full-length meditations, but you'll also get a monthly love pick a card for me, that topic that I don't cover here on the channel. And then once a week, you will also get an energy reading to prepare you for the week to come. And finally, on those times when I do an extended reading, like I did with the, 3 signs, how to know that you're on the wrong path, or 3 signs it's time to change your path video. When I do a video that starts here on YouTube, but there's an extended portion, you can always buy that extended portion on the website or in the Etsy shop. Or if you are a member of the Patreon community, you have access to that free of charge. That's at the Viber Plus level. The Viber Plus level is
has slightly more benefits, has more benefits than the early vibers level, but they are both full of so much value for you. So if that's something that you think you might be interested in, you definitely need to come and join me. Okay. And then as more and more people join the Patreon, I have more plans to do a level where I show up once a week to converse with you, and we chit chat, you and me and you, and get to know each other a little bit better. But in the meantime, y'all know what's coming. This is what I have for you today, Group 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you in my next one.